In this video, we're going to go over how to ingest Microsoft Azure Virtual Network flow logs. As a prerequisite, I went ahead and sent some flow logs to an Azure storage account, and I've also installed the Splunk Add-on for Microsoft Cloud Services. So let's go ahead and jump in. First thing we want to do is open up the Splunk Add-on for Microsoft Cloud Services, and then we're going to go to the Configuration tab, we click on Azure Storage Account, and then we click Add. For the name, you can use whatever you want. I'm just going to put in Splunk Demo. And then for the account name, we actually want the Azure Storage account name. So I'm going to jump over to Azure. You can see I have one here called NSG Log Demo. This is where I've configured to send my flow logs. I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and I'll just copy the name, go back over, and we'll paste it in. For the account secret, we can go a couple different ways for this. You can use an access key, an account token, or none secret. For an access key, it gives us more permissions than we actually need. So we're not going to use that method today, but it is fine to use if you'd like to. None secret, you can use this one if your Splunk is actually hosted in the Azure environment, but I don't have it configured that way. So I'm going to go ahead and go with account token. Account token lets us get a little bit more granular with the amount of permissions we give it. So let's go back over into Azure. For that account token, we're going to click on Shared Access Signature. So I'll click on that here. It's under the Security and Networking. Click on it. And then we're going to give it service and container. But as you see, it allows us to pick the permissions that we need. So if I didn't want to give it like write permissions or delete permissions, I don't need to do that. I can go through and tune this more, but just for this demo, I'm going to go ahead and leave it as it is. You can configure when you want it to actually expire. So I can go out here and give it a few more days, months, years, etc. Then we're going to go down to here to generate SAS and connection string. Copy the token. Go into my configurations, and then I'll paste my token in here. Click add, and it was successful. So the next portion, we need to go over to inputs and actually configure an input. And we're going to click on create new inputs and choose Azure Storage Blob. For the name, we can choose whatever we want. I'm just going to use Splunk Demo again. And then the Azure Storage account, that's what we created in the first step. I'm going to choose Splunk Demo. Container name, that's the actual container that we're sending the logs to. So I'm going to jump over to Azure again. And then under data storage, you'll see containers. And then we have our flow logs in this container here. This is the default container. I'm going to copy it, go back over to Splunk, and paste it in. We can add in a prefix or a blob list or exclude blobs, but we want all the flow logs. We're not going to do that. We don't have any need to use decoding. For the interval, I'm going to change it to 5 minutes. And then for the index, I'm going to send it to an index just called NSG. And for the source type, we're going to change from this default, and we're going to send it to MSCS:VNet:flow. All right. Don't need to do anything with advanced or global settings. I'm just going to go ahead and click add. And that was successful. All right, if everything worked, it might take a minute or two. We can jump over to search though. Go into that index where we sent the logs. And there we go, we have some logs coming in.